Have you heard about NASA Mars Climate Orbiter? It was designed in 1999 to study the climate on Mars. The spacecraft cost was $125 million. Everything seems fine. The mission was on the track. But when orbiter approached to the Mars, all vanished. No signal, no spacecraft. What went wrong? One engineering team used metric unit, Newton second. Another team used imperial unit, pound seconds. All because of that, the spacecraft entered in the Mars with wrong angle and burned up. It was not just a technical failure, it was communication failure. Communication among the team members. Both are correct, but both are correct in their own system. They did not communicate and integrated the checkpoints. Take another example. In early 2000, Nokia was global leader in the mobile phones with over 40% phone. They were reliable, durable and iconic. But by 2013, the Nokia sold the mobile phone business to the Microsoft. What happened? Customers were moving to the touchscreen mobile phones, but the Nokia stuck to the old ways, hardware strength, complex Debian OS. By the time they responded, it was too late. Market had moved. In fact, the Nokia CEO addressed to its employees and said, "We did not do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." Their failure was not just technical, it was a failure of mindset. They followed the old models. They needed different way of thinking, a way to respond quickly, to adapt fast, to test, learn, adjust continuously. They needed what we call agile. Hi, I'm Shilpa Bhaleva telling you about the agile methodology in education. The agile methodology is widely used in software development for addressing the rapid requirement changes. Adapting these changes at the later stage of the software, delivering the software with customer highest satisfaction. It follows four keys values: individual interaction over process and tools. Agile emphasizes on face-to-face communication rather than following the process and waiting the response from the process. Second is working software over comprehensive documentation. Actual progress of software is measured based on its demonstration, not based on the documentation. Customer collaboration over the contract negotiation, involving customer as a team member, accepting, listening the customer instead of fixing a contract as per the requirement, responding to the change over following the fixed plan. Any change at any time of software development, at any stage of software, it is accepted to maximize the user satisfaction. Agile based learning environment, ABLE, inspired by agile software development, and it is a step toward incorporating industry practices in the learning and developing the student to face the challenges of real world. Now, why we need agile? Communication gap between student and teacher, skill gap between the industries, what they expect and what students are learning. Examination are mostly theory based and they are delayed. Non actionable feedback, collaboration and innovation, it is missing. We are sharing this framework and its process, implementation along with its outcome. ABLE is adaptive and you can customize these practices according to your requirement. Now, core manifesto of ABLE: learner collaboration over rigid instructional method. In agile-based learning environment, we focus a shift from one-way teaching. We collaborate the learning with student, faculty, mentors, as well as the industrial employer. They participate actively, co-create learning experience. It ensures education is not something done to the student, it is with them. Co-created experience over dedicated lesson plans. Rather than strictly following the pre-planned lectures, the ABLE encourage dialogue interaction, field visit, live sessions, hackathon and real-world challenges. These dynamic experiences make learning relevant, memorable and learner-centered. responding to the learner needs over the fixed teaching plan. Learning is not one size fit all. Enable short feedback loop, quick check-ins, real-time observation help the educator to adjust the pace, reorder the topic, introduce the support material and design and intervene based actual learning context. This adaptive learning approach ensures no student left behind due to the rigid plan. Working software skills over dynamic documentation. Instead of focusing solely on the written assignment, submission, theory test, we assist on hands-on project work, video creation by learner, and demonstrate the skills in active participation. Able transform classroom learning ecosystem where the student collaborate and recreate. Faculty members are mentored, not dictate. Plans are adopted, not imposed. Feedback is frequent and actionable. Skills are demonstrated, not just documented. The 12 agile practices implemented in ABLE are based on this manifesto. Let me now walk through each of these 12 agile practices used in education. We will take the example of data structure course for explaining the practices. Customer satisfaction through early and continuous delivery. Our students are our customer. As a faculty, we, instead of waiting till the semester end for the final examination or project, we deliver the value weekly. We welcome the changing requirements late in the process. Agile data structure example, if we take, graph algorithms were planned in week 10. Suddenly a hackathon announced, which requires the BFS and DFS concepts. We adopted and moved graphs to week 6, organized the maze solving coding challenges to the students. This flexibility empowered for moving week 10 to week 6 respond to the real world challenges. Delivering the working software frequently. In traditional data structure, we used to give one or two assignment. But if we follow agile based learning, we ask the student to write functional code. First, learn the stack, whether stack is full or not, check. If it is full, then go for the push and pop. Push, test. If push is working, then go for the pop. If pop is working, integrate the whole code. So in each build, it is tested, reviewed in short iteration. Fourth practice is business people and developers work together daily in the classroom. In case of learning, students are developer and business people are we as a faculty. So during the lab, we used to give the instruction, we continuous collaborate and replaces the isolated lecture office or model. Fifth is build project around motivated individual instead of fixed project topic. We offer graphs, pathfinding maps. Sixth practice is face-to-face communication. It is most effective. We don't teach by using only slide and slide and slide. Recursion is taught based on the hands-on practices. They hand-drawn call stacks. For student predict the output, they use the board, they use the programs to learn the recursion. Next practice is working code is the primary measure of the process. Now the evaluation, we don't give the question like define a queue. We ask the student to evaluate the code, compile it, run it and perform following test use cases for the queue. Agile promotes sustainable pace. This is the eighth practice. No last minute cramming. Assignments are spaced on regular interval. Workload is balanced across the semester. We promote healthy rhythm of learning, not burnout. Ninth is continuous attention to the technical excellence. From day one, we stress on clean code, meaningful comments, logical structuring, reflect rubrics, not just correctness, but the professional standard used in industry. Simplicity is the 10th practice of Agile. We maximize the work not done. We does not overload student with the edge cases of week 1. Week 2 assignment done, week 3 assignment done, and then if you are not done, it will be backlogged. Best design emerged from self-organizing team. This is the 11th practice. The capstone project team decide how to design the solution using array and linked list. Whether we used array, whether we used linked list. If hash map is possible, if we can use tree. Faculty is only facilitator and guiding them. Students learn, collaborate and make the decisions. The 12th and the last practice is regular reflection. We adjust based on the performance evaluation of students, feedback after each unit. We conduct retrospective. What went well? What was hard? What we should change? Then we adjust our lesson plan, so-called sprint material, whenever it is required. This creates leaving the course responsive students' needs, and these 12 agile practices give us more than teaching techniques. They helped us creating the learning culture that is collaborative, responsive, student-centered, industry-aligned, and through the ABLE framework, we witnessing the real shift from passive attendance to the active learning, from rigid planning to adaptive teaching form, from isolated evaluation to the continuous improvement. Agile is not just about speeding up the teaching, it is about deepening the learning. Agile based learning environment aims to shift education from rigid infrastructure to adaptive, student centered learning environment. The implementation of ABLE typically progresses through three key phases. First is awareness phase. Before even touch to the tools like Kanban, Sprint, we begin most important step, that is awareness. We recognize that agile is not a process change, it is a mindset transformation. This means asking through the question, can we move away from rigid timetable, allow learning to flow iteratively? Can we give student early feedback, not just the final marks? Can we empower the faculty to become mentor instead of content delivery? If answer is yes, then you are at right place. It requires cultural shift. Agile in education is not only about blindly using the Scrum and Kanban. It is about rethinking our classroom, our roles and our goals. This awareness phase helped us to build shared understanding. Why we are doing it, why we need to change, and how we can grow together. Key areas of this cultural shift in education mindset: change the higher authorities. We need to change the mindset of higher authorities because they are facilitating infrastructure changes, technological changes, and environmental changes. Role of the teacher is becoming the facilitator. They are mentors, they are co-learners who supports inquiry, experimentation and emotional development of the student. Now the role of the student from passive learner to the active learner. They are problem solver and self-directed learner. Again, the fourth change is assessment. Assessment culture, from exam as a final measure of intelligence to the formative, peer and self-assessment, real world problem solving as a proof of learning. Curriculum design shift, from rigid fixed curriculum to the flexible, modular, interdisciplinary learning practices and experiment that connect with the real life application. Technology integration, not just the smart classroom, but the technology enables the creativity, collaboration and continuous learning. The use of LMS tools, AI tutor, virtual labs, gamified learning, etc. is required. Value and mindset shift from growth mindset, collaboration over competition and inclusiveness that prepare the student not only for the job but for the life. Infrastructural changes also required in agile based learning. Education is not only the teaching differently, it is about creating the right environment where the collaboration, adaptability, experimentation, and feedback can truly thrive. This means rethinking of our infrastructure at both faculty level and student level. We created Agile Workspace, a flexible faculty environment. Imagine a common open space with vibrant color, round table, collaboration, music system, games to spark the creativity. Writable walls are there, Kanban boards are there to track daily and long term goals. This is not just a staff room, it is a creative command center for the faculty. They are working together, planning sprint and reflecting on learning progress. After the infrastructure, we need the technology enabled teaching tools. Agile teaching is also tech driven. Faculty must equip with the tools that allow for the planning, feedback, course iteration. They need to use the platform like Google Classroom, Notion, Trilio, LMS, Kanban views, interactive tools such as Miro, Padlet, and Jamboard. Access to the simulation tools, coding lab, practice sandboxes to create real world learning environment. Why does this matter? Because the faculty use same tools that students are using, that industry professionals are using, and the learning becomes relevant, hands-on, and future ready. Now, at student level, the space where the students are invited for participation, agile learning thrives, where student can move, talk, build, reflect, and learn as a team. This means our classrooms and labs need to change. Agile friendly classrooms are required to implement the practices. Key features of this agile centered classroom includes movable desk, chairs, group sprint, writable walls, whiteboard, pin-up space for the brainstorming breakout rooms, team retrospective, quick stand-up meeting space, peer learning discussion rooms, high-speed Wi-Fi, device-friendly setup, and cloud-based collaboration, Google Workspace. They also need the access to the LMS tools. Continuous engagement is also required with the use of latest agile tools. When we talk about the lab, learning does not happen only in the classroom. It requires the lab sessions also. Open access lab encourage the students to test the idea, develop a prototype solution, fail fast and learn again. This how the agile based learning builds confidence, creativity and problem solving. It is not just based on the mark. So infrastructure plays major role in agile. We must support with the physical space, digital tool and mesh the value of agility through collaboration, adaptability and continuous improvement. Because in agile education, it is not just the people who need to be flexible, the space, the system must be agile too. The second phase of Agile includes faculty adaptation. We have created infrastructure, now faculty. As a part of implementing Agile-based learning environment, faculty play a central role in reshaping how learning happens. It focuses on training educators to become facilitators, not just content delivers. They learn how to break up the topic into the small sprint so that the student learn in small focus step, not overwhelmed with lots of information. Use of Kanban boards to plan the lessons, student progress and reflects what it is working. It gives early and continuous feedback to the student so that they can improve quickly rather than waiting for the final grades. Replace monologue with collaboration. Teachers need to learn encouraging classroom dialogue, peer learning, group problem solving. Adapt the teaching to the student. Student needs making adjustment based on the feedback, performance and engagement. Faculty need to adapt its lesson plan. Now the third phase of Agile is student engagement. Students participated actively in regular reflections, sprint cycles, hands-on activity, projects, peer learning, collaboration with other students like pair programming and with these practices they feel empowered. They did not just submit the assignment, they delivered the value each and every week. Learning become active, visible, and personal. So, agile is implemented in three phases. First is awareness, second is empowering faculty, and third is student level implementation. Thank you.